Hey guys, it's your boy Ed here. We're just making up some corned beef hash today. So, very simple recipe. Well, it's not ever a recipe. I've watched a few corned beef hash things on YouTube, and most of the people are using tin corned beef, and I don't quite understand what that's about. Like, it seems to me like corned beef is a cheap cut of meat. Like, I mean, if you're on a really tight budget, you could use the canned stuff, but you know, seems a bit. I mean, what good things come out of a tin? You know, not much. So I must admit, this bit of Silverside or corned beef, was pretty pricey. It was very nice. I think I did pay about $20 for this, but we're just going to do a bit of a dice on it, and you could put it in a blender and shred it, but it's you lose all the texture of the meat, and that's you know, I don't think you want to do that really. You know, so take the time and just cut up the meat into a dice. I know it's pretty boring TV to watch me cut up the meat, but whatever, you know, it's something to do. Something for me to do too. I'm absolutely bored out of my mind at the moment, so come along for the boring journey of me cooking corned beef hash. Anyway, it's what is it? It's about 3 o'clock here, so I'm just doing the prep. I'll cook it later. I'll just prep it a bit, but yeah, just take the time. Like I say, just dice up your meat a bit to what you like. I mean, don't be dictated by everyone else. And I don't know, with the hash, the Americans seem to be pretty strong on just onions and potato, but I'm going to put a leek in this instead. So I mean, it's what I have, and I think it's a little bit milder taste, so well, that's the corned beef done. What I've done, I've baked some potatoes. So I've baked them for about 40 minutes in the oven, and so they're not. You could just boil your potatoes, but it's so easy just to stick a few potatoes in the oven. It's, you know, no cleaning up, so easy. So they're sort of semi-cooked. They're still a little bit hard, but just leaving the skins on. You know, it's an easy Sunday tea. We're not stuffing around. You know, please yourself how you do things, but I don't mind the skins really. It's all flavour, so we've got about. You really want about equal parts potato to meat. So you can see that one's a bit mashy. It doesn't matter. You could make this into a pie or something if you wanted to. You know, a bit of pastry or something in a pie maker, and yeah, I reckon it'd be a pretty good thing. But yeah, I'm not even sure if I'll do the 4 potatoes. I might only do the 3. But it's got to feed 3 of us, so I'm just trying to. You want to bulk it up, but it's like when you make salmon patties. You don't want to put too much potato in it. Just taste the potato. You know, it doesn't become. It's not a salmon patty anymore. But that's a bit of prep done. I'll cut this leek up, and we'll probably fry that separately and get that going before we put the corned beef in. So we'll fry this up in a bit of butter. Just watch the level of grit in the leeks. They can be a bit dirty sometimes. So you know, give it a wash. Don't go too far up into the green. You probably want to stop it at that. It's you run the risk of getting all dirt in your food. So just a bit of a fine dice on the legs. So not fine dice, just cut them up a bit. So yeah, we'll cook these up in a bit of butter. Probably a bit of cabbage too, so I might actually get the cabbage happening. And that's probably a bit unusual for corned beef hash. It's probably unusual to use a leek, but like I say, it should be a milder taste. Onions can be pretty in your face sometimes, so we'll get this cabbage, get the cabbage out. Not the greatest looking cabbage in the world, but looks a bit grim in places, but it's fresh enough, I think. So yeah, I'll just do a bit of a chop, and yeah, this will get dried down so it's translucent, so you won't get any of the crunch out of it. It's just be just add a bit of interest into the corned beef. Like, it's just going to be a one dish meal. I'm not cooking anything else with this today, so you know, you want to add a bit of interest into it. Got some nice parsley, so that will go in the mix. You know, probably put that in later, but I'll cut it up now. And yeah, I don't know, I'll put the mustard in now while I'm on the go. That can, you know, a real generous teaspoon of mustard. That's Dijon mustard. Use what you got. Probably be better with a whole grain mustard, but that's about it. We'll come back later and do a bit of cooking. Alright, cheers. So guys, we're back to the corned beef hash. I'm going to cook her up. So adding some olive oil, and we're going to add a bit of butter to that. That's a good combo. It always works well. I'll get that sizzling away. Just get a spoon, excuse me. I'm going to add the leeks to that. We want to sort of soften them up, so they're going in. Cabbage is going in, so all that's going to get softened up a bit. We want that sort of translucent, so, or you know, cook it down a bit. I think we'll add a little bit of salt to this. Corned beef lately hasn't been very salty, so yeah, everything's reduced salt, so it doesn't hurt to add a little bit of salt to these things. But just be careful if you're using the canned stuff. I think it's pretty salty, so go easy. Alright, I'll turn off the camera for a minute. That's pretty boring, so we'll just come back in 5 minutes. Alright, that's cooked down a bit. That's only been on a couple of minutes. But we're going to add the corned beef and potato. So that's going in. So just really heating it up. It's all pretty much cooked. So a bit of a stir through, warm it up a bit. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward meal. It's not rocket science. I'm going to add the parsley as well, so probably half a cup of parsley. I can't think of much else to add to that. I think I might crack an egg into it, and then I'll make a well in the centre and crack an egg. But we're trying to get a bit of a crust on it, so yeah, just cook it and try and get a bit of crust on the bottom of it. I think that's the concept, and yeah, that'll probably take 10 minutes. We'll come back in a little while and see how we've done. Okay, we're back on the scene with the corned beef. I'm going to tip a bit more oil in, and I'm going to crack an egg into it. So fry the egg in the middle of it. I mean, you could probably add a few more eggs if you got more people, but should do the trick for us. So that sort of will get mixed into the brew, and should be pretty nice. So probably going to cook this for another 5 minutes, and we'll come back. Okay, it's pretty much done. A tip for when you're serving it, just use a spoon. It's a pretty ugly meal, but use a spoon and just sort of pat it into the spoon, and it didn't really work, that one. We sort of pat it down, press it down into the spoon, and serve it on the plate. Try and mound it up a bit. It looks a bit better that way. But yeah, pretty nice meal. Like, I think you'd enjoy that. It's yeah, pretty straightforward. Alright guys, take care, and I'll speak to you soon.